Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel ECE Scholastic. I am Jasmine. In session 10 of Control System series, we have seen the basic formulas and steps for solving problem under electrical analogy. So today we will be solving one problem under electrical analogy. So before solving the problem, we are going to recall the steps that we have learned in the previous session. Okay. So our first step is we need to write the differential equation. Our second step is we need to write differential equations in terms of velocity. So these are the expressions we are going to replace in terms of velocity. That is d square x by dt square is equal to dd by dt, dx by dt is equal to v, and x is equal to integral of v dt. Our third step is we are going to redraw the given mechanical system to an electrical system with the help of the replacements. Okay, that is force voltage and force current replacements. So for force voltage, BMK is replaced by RLC, and for force current, BMK is replaced by RCL. Okay. So our last step is we will be applying Kirchhoff's voltage law and Kirchhoff's current law to find mesh and nodal equations. Okay, so let's start solving the problem. So the problem is write the differential equations governing the mechanical system shown in the figure. Draw force voltage and force current electrical analogous circuits and verify by writing mesh and node equations. So our first aim is we need to find differential equation. Our second aim is we need to draw what is force voltage electrical circuit. From this we will be finding mesh equation. Okay, and the third step is we need to draw the force current circuit, and from this we will be finding what is the nodal equation. So at the last we will be checking the differential equation, mesh equation and nodal equation, and we will say whether these three are equal or same or not. Okay, so that is our ultimate aim. Now let's analyze the given diagram. So in the given diagram we have two nodes, that is M1 and M2. Since M is the node, this is the mechanical translational system. Okay, so M1 is provided with displacement x1. Similarly, M2 is provided with a displacement x2. So here to M1, what are the elements connected? We have only two elements, that is B1 and K1. Okay, so the elements connected are B1 and K1. But these two elements are common to M2. Why? Because M1 is situated inside M2. So the elements connected to M1 is also related to M2. Okay. So to M2, what are all the elements connected? So we have two dashpots B1 and B2. So that is B1, B2. And we have two springs K1 and K2, K1 and K2. So along with this, we have the applied force F of T. Understood? Now let's start solving the problem. Okay. So our step 1 is identification of nodes. Here we have two nodes M1 and M2, which says that number of nodes is equal to 2. Okay. Our second step is free body diagram. So I am drawing free body diagram for node 1. Node 1 is M1. So to M1, we have seen the elements connected are B1 and K1. Correct. So there is no applied force. We are having opposing forces FM1, FB1 and FK1. Okay. M1 is provided with a displacement x1. Next is I am going to draw free body diagram for node M2. So to the node M2 we have B1, B2, K1, K2, F of T. So we have an applied force F of T and opposing forces are FM2, FB2, FB1, FK1, FK2, and the displacement is x2. So our step 3 is writing differential equation. So for node 1, the differential equations are Fm1 is equal to M1 into d square x1 divided by dt square FB1 is equal to, since B1 is common to both the node, the formula is B1 into d by dt of x1 minus x2. And for FK1, K1 is also common to both the nodes, that is K1 into x1 minus x2. Similarly, for node 2, the formulas are Fm2 is equal to m2 into d square x2 divided by dt square. Fb2 is equal to, B2 is connected to m2 alone, therefore dx2 by dt. And Fb1 is equal to, B1 is common, therefore b1 into d by dt of x2 minus x1. And Fk1, K1 is also common, therefore K1 into x2 minus x1. Next is Fk2, K2 is connected to m2 alone, therefore K2 into x2. The fourth step is I'm going to apply Newton's second law. For node 1, and second law is we don't have any applied force and the opposing forces are Fm1 plus Fb1 plus Fk1. So I'm going to write as 0 is equal to m1 into d square x1 divided by dt square plus b1 into d by dt of x1 minus x2 plus k1 into x1 minus x2. Okay, I'm taking this as equation number 1. And for node 2, I'm going to apply Newton's second law, that is f of t is equal to Fm2 plus Fb1 plus Fb2 plus Fk1 plus Fk2. So f of t is equal to m2 into d square x2 divided by dt square plus b1 into d by dt of x2 minus x1 plus b2 into dx2 divided by dt plus k1 into x2 minus x1 plus k2 x2. I'm taking this as equation number 2. This is our first step for electrical analogy. Replace displacements, correct? So replace d square x by dt square as dv by dt, okay, and dx by dt as velocity v, x as integral of v dt. Okay, here we have two displacements x1 and x2, so I am going to use two velocities v1 and v2. So now I am going to replace the first equation displacements with velocity, that is 0 is equal to m1 into, what is d square x1 by dt square, dv1 by dt, okay, plus b1 into, what is d by dt of x1 minus x2, so dx by dt is nothing but v, so I am going to write this as v1 minus v2 plus k1 into, what is x, x is equal to integral v dt, so I'm going to replace this as v1 minus v2 into dt. Okay, I'm going to take this as equation number 3. Similarly, second equation becomes f of t is f of t, the same, and m2 into, so d square x2 by dt square is dv2 by dt. Okay, plus b1 expression is b1 into v2 minus v1 plus v2 v2, correct, plus k1 into integral of v2 minus v1 into dt plus k2 into integral of v2 dt. So I'm taking this as fourth equation. Okay, so next is our step 5. Our given system is mechanical translational system, therefore we have two electrical analogy method, one is force voltage and the other one is force current. So let's see one by one, what is force voltage and what is force current. Okay, first is force voltage. So under force voltage, what are the assumptions we have? B is replaced by R, correct? M is replaced by L and K is replaced by 1 by C, correct? Okay. Similarly, force is replaced as voltage. Okay. Our actual diagram given in the question. So here we are going to replace B as R, M as L and K as 1 by C. Okay. So our main hero here is node. Always node is the important element. There is an important point while drawing the electrical circuit, that is Node must not be common to both the loops or both the nodes. Okay, node must be available in one node. It must not be common to both the loops. Okay, or both the nodes. Okay, while drawing, let me tell you. So first we are going to draw the force voltage. So first our first focus must be on the node. Node is mass. Okay, first focus must be on the mass. So we have two masses M1 and M2. So M1 and M2 is replaced as M1 is replaced as L1 and M2 is replaced as L2. Understood? M1 is replaced as L1 and M2 is replaced as L2. So I'm going to draw this. So this is my L1 and this is my L2. Okay. So what is the next assumption? We have to check what are all the elements connected to node 1 alone. So M1, so to the node M1, do we have any dedicated element? So to the node M1, we don't have any dedicated element. We have two elements K1 and B1, which is also common to node M2, correct? So we have no dedicated elements to the node M1. Okay, so we are skipping that step. Now let's check the next step. Is there any common element between M1 and M2? Yes, of course we have. To the nodes M1 and M2, we have two common elements K1 and B1. So K is replaced as, so K1 is replaced as 1 by C1 and B1 is replaced as R1. Okay, so these two are connected common to M1 and M2. To the nodes M1, that is L1 and L2, we have the common point this. So to this point, I am connecting the C1 and R1 in series. That is, I am connecting like this. So this is our C1 and one more element. So this is our R1. Understood? So this is over. So what is my next thing? I need to check whether there is any element that is dedicatedly connected to the node M2. So to the node M2, I have two elements and an applied force. So the two elements are K2 and B2 and the applied force is F of t. So what is our title? Force voltage. So forces replaced with voltage. Correct, force is replaced with voltage and also K2 is replaced as, so K is replaced as 1 by C, so 1 by C2 and B2, B is replaced as R, so B2 is replaced as 1 by R2. Understood? So I'm going to draw all these three in series dedicatedly to the node M2. So I'm going to draw this here. This means that I'm going to apply a voltage V of t, okay, and a capacitor, that is C2, and a resistor, that is R2. Understood? Now I am going to close this all. Okay, now I am going to name this as first loop and this is second loop. My current flowing through this first loop is I1 and the current flowing through the second loop is I2. Now if you see, so this is a node and this is a node. So to the first loop we have only one node and to the second loop we have only one node. Okay, so I told you a condition, right? Nodes must not be common to both the loops. So here one loop contains only one node. There is no common nodes between two loops. Okay, understood? Okay. Now I'm going to apply Kirchhoff's voltage law to loops 1 and 2. Okay. I'm going to apply Kirchhoff's voltage law for loop 1. What is the answer? So there is no voltage source, therefore that is 0. So what are all the elements and formulas related to each node? I need to know the formulas, correct? So the voltage formula for a resistor V is equal to IR, and the voltage formula for an inductor V is equal to L into di by dt, and the voltage formula for a capacitor V is equal to 1 by C integral of I dt. Okay, so we have first node L1. So the voltage formula for L is L into di by dt. So here it is L1 into di1 by dt. L1 into di1 by dt plus, what is the second element? C1. C1 is common to first loop and second loop. So the formula is 1 by C. So 1 by C1 into integral of, common to two loops, correct? So it takes two currents. So that is I1 minus I2 into dt. Okay, plus, what is my third term? R1. R1 is also common to 1 and 2. So that is, what is the formula for R voltage formula? V is equal to IR. So I1 minus I2 into R. Okay. I'm going to take this as equation number 5. So for second loop, I have a voltage source. For second loop, I have a voltage source V of t. So I'm writing a source V of t is equal to. Okay. So remaining elements I'm going to write. First, let's start with node. Node is L2. So L2 into, here the current is I2. So that is dI2 divided by dt plus. So next we will check for B, dashpot. Dashpot is resistor. So I'm having two resistors, correct? Two resistors, R1 and R2. So first let me write for. Next we will check for dashpot B. So B is replaced as R. So here we have two R, that is R1 and R2. We will write formula for each. So first R1, the formula is I2 minus I1 into R1 plus, and R2 is I2 into R2, correct? Plus, next we will check for spring, that is spring is replaced as capacitor, correct? So for capacitor, we have C1 and C2. I'm going to write the formula for C1, that is 1 by C1 into, C1 is common to both the loops. So I'm taking it as I2 minus I1 into dt plus C2 is common to one node alone. So 1 by C2 into integral of I2 dt. This is my equation number 6. And so our second one is force current. So force current, here also we are having the same assumption. That is one must condition to be followed. What is that must condition? Node must not be common to both the nodes. What are the assumptions for force current? BMK is replaced by RCL. So the given mechanical system, we are going to change this mechanical system to force current. That is electrical system. Okay. What is our another assumption? Force is replaced with current. Okay. Here mass is our hero. Mass node is the hero. Okay, node is the main thing. First thing to change is node. Okay. So here mass is replaced by capacitor. Here we have two nodes, M1 and M2. So I'm going to replace M1 as C1 and M2 as C2. Since this is nodal analysis, I'm going to consider two nodes. So this is my first node, this is my second node. Okay. First node, I'm connecting the first capacitor C1. And to the second node, I'm connecting the second capacitor, that is C2. And I'm assuming the voltage across first node is V1 and voltage across the second node is V2. Okay. So first assumption is 1. So next we need to check whether we have any elements connected only to mass M1. We don't have any elements like that, correct? And next is we need to check whether there is a common element between M1 and M2. So we have a common element, we have two common elements, that is K1 and V1, that are connected in series for the previous diagram. That is for force voltage. So here we will be connecting these two elements in parallel. So before that, K is replaced by inductor and B is replaced by resistor. So I'm going to replace K as, that is K1 as 1 by L1 and B1 as 1 by R1. In force voltage, we have connected these two in series, that is K1 and B1 are connected in series, while we are transforming from voltage to current. While we are transforming from voltage to current, the series connection will become parallel connection. Okay, so I'm going to connect these two parallel to these two nodes. So I'm taking a parallel connection, that is, this is my L1 and this is my R1. I'm connecting parallelly. So this is my L1 and this is my R1. Understood? Now I need to check whether there is any element that is dedicatedly connected to M2. So to M2 I have three elements, that is K2, B2 and F of t. As you know, F of t is replaced as, that is, force is replaced as current. So F of t is replaced as I of t and K2 is replaced as, K is replaced as 1 by L, correct? So 1 by L2 and B2 is replaced as 1 by R2. Okay, so all these three are connected in series for force voltage, connected in series for force voltage. So for force current, these will be connected in parallel. Okay, so I'm going to connect all these to node 2. Node 2, I'm going to connect all these stuff. So that is 1 by L2. So that is, this is L2 and this is R2 and I have a current source. Current. I'm going to complete this circuit. You understood? Now we have connected all these to node 2 alone. Okay. So we have two nodes. Correct. So for force voltage, we applied Kirchhoff's voltage law. And for force current, we will be applying Kirchhoff's current law. So we are going to apply Kirchhoff's current law to nodes 1 and 2. So before applying current law, we have to recall the formulas for current. So for resistor, current formula is V by R. For inductor, current formula is 1 by L into integral of V dt. And for capacitor, the current formula is C into dV by dt. Okay. So for node 1, what is the formula? We don't have any current source. So source side is 0. 0 is equal to, what is our node? Node M is replaced with capacitor. So first we need to write the capacitor, that is C1, correct? So the formula is C1 into dV1 by dt. Okay, so that is the formula for current. Next is plus dashpot. Dashpot B is replaced as resistor R1. So R1 is connected between V1 and V2. Therefore, we will write this as V1 minus V2 divided by R1. Okay. Plus. Next is our inductor L1. L1 is connected between V1 and V2. So I am going to write this as 1 by L1 into integral of V1 minus V2 into dt. So this is my seventh equation. Now I am going to apply Kirchhoff's current law for node 2. So for node 2, I have a current source I of t here, correct? A current source I of t. So I of t is equal to, so what is our node? M is replaced as C. So C is our node. So C2 into dV2, V2 divided by dt plus, we will check for dashpot. Dashpot is nothing but resistor. So here we have two resistors R1 and R2. So R1 is between V2 minus V1 by R1 plus R2 is V2 divided by R2. Plus we have two inductors L1 and L2. So that is 1 by L1 into integral of V2 minus V1 into dt plus L2, 1 by L2 into integral of V2 dt. I am taking this as 8th equation. I have written all the equations in the same page in order to verify. In the question it is asked, verify the mesh and the nodal equations. In order to verify whether our findings are correct or not, I am going to tell you how to check. Okay. So this is our equation, differential equation. So here we have replaced linear displacement in terms of linear velocity. Okay. So in this equation, that is under equation 3 and 4, if you replace M as L and B as R and K as 1 by C and V as I, okay, and F of t as V of t. If you replace all these, if you are getting these two equations, okay, by replacing these parameters in third equation and fourth equation, if you are getting these two equations, then your value is correct. Okay, similarly, if you replace M as C and B as 1 by R and K as 1 by L and F of t as I of t in third and fourth equation, if you are getting these two equations, then your value is correct. So this is nothing but our assumptions for force voltage, okay, and this is nothing but our assumptions for force current. So in this pattern, you can check whether your result is correct or wrong. Okay. So that's all about today's session. Thank you. If you have any queries, please mail me. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.